Right, I need to get on with the roof on Trebudoc Station. As you can see, put the old double-sided tape on, and this time we're just using strips. I've cut 10mm strips out of a Christmas card, and basically you're just sticking them on. I'm not worrying about any tiles at the moment. That's the next step when we're ready. So we're putting them on roughly about 8mm apart, getting it nice and straight. And now we've covered that whole distance in just that little piece. I'm not laying all of the tiles on individually, there's no need to. We'll be here till next Christmas, and Bob's your uncle, as they say. Just take it all to you so it looks nice. Nice and uniform. That looks nice and uniform. Yeah. It's coming on a treat. I say try and stagger your joints, otherwise you'll get a uniform, and you don't really want it to look uniform. You want it to look staggered. Right. I'll just put one more piece in there. Get it level. I can, if you can see that, but it's starting to look like I think it will. Now on the small bits, what I normally do on the small bits, get yourself a start, is use super glue. So I'm going back to my power bond. In fact, we can put this whole piece on in one actually. Just mark out where the chimney is there, and roughly how much you're going to need. Cut that out. That's that way. That doesn't have to be excised, because I'm going to be doing a lot of filling in when we're finished. We just want to get that chimney. Now you can see it's just a little bit out, so it just needs a little piece more cut out. Give it a little smear. Push it into the chimney. A bit of pressure. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, that's it. Tidy up a bit. Oh. Square up your bits. So we want that piece cut out there to about there. Do something with it rather than stay in bed. I'm always up early. Very rarely I'm in bed before 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know about you, but I only need about 4 hours of kit, and then I'm raring to go again. As you can see, needs tidying up, but that does look like a, need to shave a little bit more off. I just let it dry a bit, but you can see all the tiles are laid down, even on the other side, all nicely laid down. What I do is give it I'll put the top coat on in a minute and give it some PVA glue, leave it to dry for a couple of hours, and then we'll be back with that. While we're here, we'll just do that's a little bit proud, that is, so all we've got to do is get your sharp knife and just shave off all the proud bits. then it's always best to invest in a nice flat piece of wood, double-sided tape, and just put your, and then nothing worse than trying to use an ordinary piece of mp paper like that and rubbing it on like that. You just don't get, if you put it on flat, you'll always get a nice flat surface. That's what we want. And that's looking better. That's a bit proud. So rather than sand it, just push your knife in there like that. Just because it's being plywood, you know, it's not. There's no strength. There's no great resistance there. Just put your. It's all these little bits. It does make a difference. Right, double-sided tape. Make sure you get it right in there. I love working with this stuff. It's very good stuff to work with. Just put that other piece on there. Just cut round the chimney. Down. Slice that piece off. Doesn't want to come off. There you go. Shave that piece. Always keep that tidy as well. Alright. That seems to have gone down there alright. I'm going to put some sort of packing around the bottom of the chimneys anyway, so make sure your tape's on. So this is the tricky bit, is getting the backing tape off. Yeah. Sometimes it wants to come off easily. Tap it all down and get that other backing tape off. It doesn't want to come off easily. There you go. And just push it all down. Your tiles will do that anyway. Right, so let's get our first tile on. Because it's the back of the roof, we don't have to worry about the edge. Just keep it level. There you go. And you can apply your pressure then. Snip that off there. Go back to your strips. As I said, we're just trying to keep the tiles nice and straight. As you can see, that looks alright. You see how quickly we're going, can't you? Okay, it takes seconds. All you need is just a little routine. That's all you need. And then plenty of card cut. I find when I'm sitting in here doing nothing, watching videos or just chilling, I get a card out and just slice it up into 10mm lengths. It's amazing how quickly you use them up, especially on like a good shed or a station. It's quite a big effort. Can you see how nicely that's beginning to look? And you're overlapping them so you're getting the proper roof texture. If you get it right in the first place, it saves a hell of a lot of mucking about at the end. It really does. Now, when I first started doing the model making, I used to spend more time. That seems to have stuck up. Oh, it's got a piece of extra card on there. That's better. It's going down nicely now. Just cut the excess off. I say these blades are absolutely brilliant, and the trouble is they don't last long. Once you start cutting, although that seems it's only cardboard, but it's amazing how quickly it dulls the edge of the blade. So the Swan Morton, you can't get any better than them. Put this piece on, and that'll do. I'm going to have some breakfast, I think. That's that. Well, all we need to do now, put that end piece on, get it square, George. See, just run that through there. It's not as hard as you think. I still think the hardest thing is painting the thing. Fortunately, that's not got nothing to do with me. But young Andrew can do that. What you can't do with a paintbrush ain't worth doing. So I'm going to go and get some plywood today. Make the baseboards for the layout. Then I can actually have a layout then. I want to fill it with all types of buildings. I want a small terminus, but it's going to have a good shed with it. A good shed and an engine shed. A secret with this stuff as well is to keep that tip crumb free. So you don't want nothing on there. Keep that tip nice and clean, because as I said, it sticks to anything and it will stick that up. Many a time the glue's got on there and you can't get the top off. But I say that was a while ago. I've learned a lot since then. We just take this piece off, and when it's all PVA'd up and dried, then that's it. But there's the roof of Trebudoc Station, and I think you'll agree that does look the part. I've got some guttering coming, some square guttering that are in brass, which I can super glue to the duckboard, and then I've got some wider ones of these coming, so I might replace those as well. You don't need to model the guttering because it would be underneath. But, as you can see, it's certainly beginning to look like a station building now. I've re-chamfered these about, they were too wide, but that is quite a big building. So we've got plenty of room underneath, so Andy can put all these bits in there. Apparently he wants to put lights and everything in there, but we just have to wait and see what he does. No doubt it will be pretty spectacular. And that's it for Trebudoc. Signal box dried alright. All I've got to do is put the cap and stones on there tonight, this afternoon sometime, and then put the tiles in, make them more prominent, and then that's that done as well.